Today I want to discuss the PS5 Pro in terms of having the right television for it. Please note, TCL Hisense isn't going to cut it. They've been doing some great things lately, but we're talking about the big dogs. LG, Sony, and Samsung. No disrespect to my value budget guys, but I am not here to waste your time. This video is dedicated to the top TVs that are worthy of plugging your PS5 Pro into. Not to mention, Black Friday is around the corner, so let's dream, my friends. But before that, can I get a subscribe if you're digging the content? Like I said, those of you who are landing the PS5 Pro, congratulations, especially if you landed the 30th anniversary edition. However, please note that the TV you will have standing next to your PS5 Pro in holy matrimony matters now more than ever, and I want to help in this area. In the process of looking for my own TV, I became a TV enthusiast and an avid researcher of high-tier television. As mentioned around the end of my last video, I am QD OLED up around my house. I care about TV tech, but more importantly, so does Mark Cerny and the team that designed the PS5 Pro. And as a future PS5 owner, you should too. Before I give you 5 recommended TVs, we need to establish 2 non-negotiable features to look for in the upper echelon of TVs that makes it stand out in quality. The number 1 non-negotiable is a couple acronyms: VRR, Variable Refresh Rate, and ALLM, Auto Low Latency Mode. The TVs for your PS5 Pro must come equipped with VRR and ALLM, which is crucial for the seamless gaming experience. VRR reduces screen tearing by syncing the TV's refresh rate with the console's frame rate, while ALLM automatically switches to low latency mode when gaming, ensuring smoother gameplay with less delay. All of this is done through HDMI's 2.1. Please make sure you have the right cords, the right HDMI cords. With PS5 Pro's larger GPU, it will be relying on the TV's VRR feature to properly display a higher resolution, more detail, and a higher frame rate simultaneously. Speaking of higher frame rates, all TVs recommended will have 120 Hz or higher. The number 2 non-negotiable feature is the QD OLED and the WOLED Evo panel technology. The OLED technology, which combines the best of OLED's perfect blacks and infinite contrast, as well as the enhanced brightness and color accuracy of the quantum dots. The same could be said with the WOLED in 2024 that now closely rivals the quantum dots to the points where differences are near insignificant. And no, I am not showing comparison graph unless you want to see it towards the end. Usually the part where everyone kind of jumps off. You stay in, I got you. This will be important for your viewing audiences or for those who still partake in the ancient ritual known as couch co-op. Overall, each of the 5 TVs that I recommend today will all have exceptional OLED technology, VRR, and ALLM that will elevate your PS5 Pro to the way it's meant to be. With that, here are 5 TVs that are worthy to complement your PS5 Pro with. Number 1, Samsung S95D. I'll get this out of the way and say that Samsung is my personal TV of choice. Aside from the non-negotiables discussed, it has the following going for it: AI upscaling for non-4K content. While the PS5 Pro focuses on 4K gaming, the S95D's powerful AI upscaling engine ensures that even non-4K content looks sharp and vibrant. This feature enhances older or lower resolution games, making them appear close to native 4K as possible, adding value when playing legacy content. Another thing that stands out is going to be the peak brightness for better daytime gaming. Thanks to the QD OLED's panel's enhanced brightness, the S95D performs exceptionally well in lit rooms. This feature addresses one of OLED's weakness, which can be the lack of brightness during the day, ensuring you don't lose detail or clarity even in brightly lit scenes from the PS5 Pro's graphically demanding games. In addition, you have anti-glare and ultra viewing angles. The S95D comes with an anti-glare screen and ultimate viewing angle technology, ensuring you get the best picture quality from any angle. The main downside I would like to note is that the S95D does not have Dolby Vision or Dolby Vision Game Mode. Instead, it'll use HDR10+. The S95D is highly recommended for the PS5 Pro, due to the state-of-the-art QD OLED technology, 4K at 144Hz support on all 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. This comes in at $2,400 for 55 inch. Number 2, the Sony A95L OLED is highly recommended for the PS5 Pro due to its advanced features that align perfectly with current gen gaming needs. Here's why it stands out. The PS5 optimized features. As a Sony product, the A95L has specific features designed to work with PlayStation consoles, such as auto HDR tone mapping, which optimizes the HDR settings on the TV specifically for the PS5 Pro, delivering more realistic lighting and contrast. Additionally, the auto genre picture mode adjusts the TV settings for either gaming or watching movies based on what you're doing, offering the best experience for both. The downside, it only has 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, one of which is an eARC port. God forbid you plug in a sound system, then you'd only have one port. Thankfully, you only played a PS5 Pro, right? In short, the Sony ASL OLED pairs perfectly with the PS5 Pro for those seeking the best gaming performance, visual quality, and gaming specific features. As I'm writing this now, the price for this TV will be $2,600. Personally speaking, you are paying a little more just because of the name and prestige, but hey, never go wrong with matching Sonys. Number 3 is the LGG4. This comes highly recommended for the PS5 Pro due to the several cutting-edge features that elevate the gaming experience. Here's why it stands out. The AI-based picture and sound enhancements. LG's AI Picture Pro and AI Sound Pro features uses artificial intelligence to optimize TV settings based on what's happening on screen. Whether it's fast-paced action or quiet dialogues, the G4 will adjust automatically to ensure the best visual and audio experience while gaming on the PS5 Pro. The next thing that stands out about the LG G4 is its emphasis on future-proof for 8K and beyond. While the G4 is a 4K TV, its advanced panel and HDMI 2.1 support makes it a strong choice for gamers looking to future-proof their setup, potentially even for the arrival of 8K gaming capabilities in the future PS5 Pro update. The LG G4 OLED is an excellent match for the PS5 Pro because of its advanced picture quality, gaming optimized feature, and future-proof technologies. It's built to make the most of next-gen gaming, offering Dolby Vision and 4K at 144Hz support on 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. This will come at $2,300 on Amazon. For the last 2 TVs, I want to note that there are the direct lower models of the LG and Samsung TVs that I just described. They are friendlier on the pockets with compromisable sacrifices. Perhaps they may be of greater value to you. Number 4 is the LG C4, which compares well with the LG G4 and its OLED greatness. What stands out to me is that it comes in a very enticing 42-inch, which makes it the perfect in-between of desk gaming and traditional distant gaming. At 4K, 144Hz support on all 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. And for the 42-inch that I described, it'll come at $946, which is just under that $1,000, making it the cheapest TV on this list. Last but not least, we have Samsung S95D's little brother, the S90D, that comes about $1,000 less with little to no gaming sacrifices. You take a bit of hit on the quality build, color scope, and special daytime brightness feature. However, this TV compares with the best of them, only costing $1,300 on Amazon for 55-inch. If you made it to the end of this video, I officially acknowledge you as a TV enthusiast, and I can show you my true colors now that everyone has ran off my video. Welcome to my after party. We're gonna stay here and we're gonna do a little bit of video assignment, just looking at a digital trend video where they compared directly the Samsung S95D and the LG G4, and you'll kind of see which one comes out on top. All right, guys, here's how we're gonna do this. Definitely not watching this whole video. I learned from last time. I know maybe you guys might have been tuned out a little bit, understood, but I do want to try something different where I give bonus content for those who want it, that dives a little bit deeper into my discussions and the things I'm talking about. For example, with this video, I was really describing the top 5 TVs, but then 2 of them are ones that really stands out. And to be honest, some of you are just sticking around because you kind of like me as a content creator. I really appreciate that. I'm going to keep it real real with you. I like the bonus content, but then I also want to work on talking with you guys on camera. I mainly do the scripts to be as brief and as clear as possible, but I do want to work on these times where I don't have a script in front of my face, but then I'm able to talk to you guys. So no, I appreciate this time. I'll look for these types of opportunities to give bonus content, you know, and work on my talking to you skills and all that. Yeah, dude, let's go ahead. We're gonna watch a couple of clips, and it's my 5th video, man. We're in it for the long haul, man. You mess with me, man, I'll mess with you. So in terms of the PS5 Pro, we're only getting it for gaming. Like we wanna prioritize gaming. So I'm gonna look at the gaming interface and maybe share some thoughts. And then I did promise some graphs. You guys are here. We promised some. Let me see. Yeah, you get some graphs in this. All right, we got some graphs, and then overall picture quality, and then I'll do final thoughts. So I'm gonna keep it brief. We're gonna do a little bit of the gaming. We're gonna do picture accuracy, and we're gonna do final thoughts.
For gaming feature support, again, just features only. These TVs are pretty evenly matched. Both support 4K up to 144 Hz with VRR. And while the Samsung lacks G-Sync certification from NVIDIA, it works just fine with G-Sync and FreeSync, just like the LG G4 does. Both have comprehensive gaming dashboards that offer more features than you're likely to use. But thanks to Dolby Vision and DTS support, the LG G4 takes the dub here.
Yep, so I did discuss that, the Dolby Vision versus Samsung's non-Dolby Vision way of doing it. I think it's the HDR10. Yeah, it just shows that the Dolby Vision is the stronger feature to help with the HDR.
The only difference in input and output capabilities from a technical spec standpoint is that the LG G4 supports full 48 gigabits per second bandwidth on its HDMI 2.1 ports, while the Samsung is limited to 40 gigabits per second of bandwidth. In theory, that would make the LG more capable, but in reality, I'm unaware of any source right now that will ever require more than 40 gigabits per second of bandwidth. So I would not personally allow that factor to color my decision. In terms of sound quality from the TV's built-in,
I know he said draw, but that seems like a leg up for the LG G4. I remember talking about it being future-proof, so when the technology comes or more system comes, it may use more gigabits. The LG is more likely to be ready for that than the other TVs, the G4. Dang it, Samsung is my TV. Why you losing? What the heck? All right, so now they're going into TV speakers. The second part what we want to go to is picture accuracy.
By a small margin. Now, if you've skipped ahead to this section, then you're likely an enthusiast concerned about out-of-box picture accuracy from a measurements perspective. Here, the LG G4 takes the win by a small margin. Both of these TVs put up impressively accurate measurements when it comes to grayscale and color when in the filmmaker mode picture preset. But the G4's out-of-box performance
Them graphs, look at them graphs.
Is so stinking accurate, I've got to give the nod to LG in this case. The Samsung, though, might be more appealing to more viewers. The S95D's grayscale and white balance tends to be a little cooler on the color temperature side, which lends a little extra vibrancy to the picture. It's not as accurate, but damn close and very pretty to look at. Accuracy is just one measurement though. We also have to talk about color brightness, color volume, and color gamut. And in these areas, the Samsung S95D excels thanks to its QD OLED panel technology. It can make some far out colors that the LG G4 just can't. And while there isn't a ton of content to take advantage of that kind of color performance right now, we will be seeing more content that can in the years to come. Also, from a color brightness and color volume perspective, the S95D pulls just slightly ahead, again, thanks to the QD OLED panel type.
So this is a QD technology versus a WOLED. One has the picture accuracy, the other one has a color advantage. Samsung has the color advantage. LG has the color accuracy advantage. So this is interesting.
So, slight advantage to the S95D here. However, measurements never tell the whole story. And in the case of comparing these two TVs, those measurements mean even less than normal. When it comes to overall luminance or brightness, the Samsung S95D measures brighter, at least for a time. Then its dimming system comes to the rescue because the panel starts getting super hot. But from a perceptual brightness perspective, when watching real content, the LGG4 appears to be a brighter TV. It can sustain its brightness for a longer time, and LG's processing does a great job managing average picture level brightness and putting brightness behind HDR highlights when it matters most. This is not something that you can measure because of LG's AI-powered processing. It's something that you can see when comparing the two TVs, though. Now, is that extra brightness a real advantage for most folks? I'm skeptical that it would be. In moderately bright to dim or full-on dark rooms, both TVs are more than sufficiently bright. I mean, they are the brightest OLED TVs we've ever seen.
All right, so I do want to note this with you guys. A lot of these features are overpowered and like not realistically in use, but has the capabilities. So when talking about the lower tier, the C4 and the S90D, those make really good. I think it makes really good. It makes it enticing because, like, am I gonna turn the brightness all the way high? Like, you're still gonna get this type of quality of picture buying the lower tiers. I think that's something to note. Like, when it has the features that you want all the bells and whistles, but are you going to use all the bells and whistles?
But that extra brightness horsepower only pays off when you're watching in a really bright room. And that is where we get to the complicating matter of how these TVs handle bright, sun-soaked room situations. The LGG4 has an...
Dang it, I didn't want to watch this. The anti-glare, that is gaming related, right? Maybe we could spend some time in there. Anti-glare, gaming, bright rooms. If it's a bright room, you need that. You need to watch that. Stick with me here.
Anti-glare and anti-reflection treatment that is very effective. It can help content remain visible when you have bright windows or bright lamps or lights in the room. But in the end, it has a glossy screen, and its WRGB panel with MLA technology allows blacks to look jet black no matter the lighting conditions in the room. The Samsung S95D, on the other hand, has this otherworldly anti-glare and anti-reflection technology that works by diffusing the light across a wide area of the screen. So instead of seeing a focused, brighter light source,
I said that. I'm right. Like and subscribe, because I'm right.
You see a very soft, diffused glow across the screen, which I argue is less invasive to the eyes, but it's an effect that others do not prefer. Also, in bright rooms, QD OLED panels have slightly elevated black levels. Now, this is not something that bothers me most of the time when I'm watching, but it's a deal breaker for some folks. So add to that not perfectly inky black in a bright room issue, this light diffusion thing, and what you trade off for a generally more viewable picture in a bright room is some of the deep inky blacks for which OLED TVs are revered. Now, from a bright room viewability perspective, the S95D, I think, is going to look better to the average viewer. But enthusiasts are making clear that they prefer the glossy LG screen. In the end, only you can decide what you prefer. So if you can, go have a look at both of these TVs in action at a brightly lit retail store and see what you think for yourself.
All right. No need for extra picture analysis. I just want to get the final thoughts and see what's going on.
Which TV is right for you is going to come down to several factors. By now, I hope you've gotten a read on which one you might prefer, as I've listed out the behavioral differences between each one. Picking a TV is such a personal choice, and you should absolutely go with your gut here. Hopefully, I've helped you get in touch with your gut instinct on each of these TVs. Understand this, both TVs are exceptionally awesome. Samsung and LG both have every reason to be extremely proud of what they've made. And each TV serves varying needs of different kinds of customers. But y'all are always asking which TV I would buy for myself. And while I do not think that should sway your decision, it seems—
Wait, I'm gonna stop because he's got to say it, but I'm gonna say mine's. Objectively seeing the TV, if it's for gaming, I would get the LGG4. If I'm like, okay, 100% gaming all day, every day, LG G4. But if I'm doing all around, because I'm held hostage with my wife to watch The Masked Singer and all the other stuff, I'm going to get the Samsung S95D as an overall television. But I am aware that the LG G4 makes a better gaming TV. I would say for the purpose of the PS5 Pro, LG G4 will 100% be that one choice. Valley B certified.
I can't get away with making a video like this and not making that call. So I'll go ahead and say that if I were forced to choose, I'd probably personally buy the LG G4 for most of my rooms. However, I would definitely buy the S95D if I was putting this in a room that was just flooded with light and I frequently watched during the day. To be honest though, if we factor in cost, it's actually the Samsung S90D that I might want to put against the G4 because the performance of—
Ha! Dude, I like this. For those of you who stuck around, this is absolutely great news because you're talking about a TV that's $1,000 less, but then is being compared to some of the best TVs there. So really good opinion here. Definitely, again, why go TCL, Insignia, all that other stuff when you could benefit of getting the tier lower. And it's going to be somewhat competitive to the TCL televisions as well.
Of that QD OLED TV at its price versus the performance of the WRGB OLED G4 at its price, that might sway my decision in favor of the Samsung option. I guess we might have to look into that in a future video. Thanks as always for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did—
My people, thank you guys for really sticking through with me with the extra content. I hope to give really good extra content, really good supplemental content after some of my videos. And yeah, I hope this was a very good look on the best TVs that'll help with your PS5 Pro. God, you have to subscribe. What are we talking almost 20 minutes here? No, probably like almost 20 minutes. And I want to talk about this too, right? This is my 5th video. I'm putting a lot of effort into trying to grab a spark and make this really good with what I have. And thank you for watching. Thank you to those who subscribe. Thank you very much for liking the video. I know I gotta go niche and all that, but I'll work on that. But I really like to have good discussions and discussions that have us feeling like, hey, we have different opinions, but I don't have to hate this guy, I think gamers are smarter than the rest of the world. I think we can, in the sense where we're just trying to chill and game, man. No need to be negative. We have different opinions, I hope my channel could be a source of talking a lot of things in gaming, but then really keeping the positivity around it. Yeah, that was my rant. I hope you enjoyed the video and a really in-depth TV analysis. Have a good day. See you in the next video.